Welcome to our video about unusual animals that you won't believe people keep as pets. We all know that dogs, cats, and fish are some of the most common pets around the world. However, there are also those who choose to take a different path when it comes to pet ownership. From exotic birds to reptiles and insects, some people are willing to share their homes with some truly unique creatures. In this video, we will take a look at some of the most unusual animals that people have chosen to keep as pets. Get ready to be amazed, inspired, and maybe even a little bit shocked by these fascinating creatures. 1. Capybara. The capybara is the world's largest rodent, weighing up to 140 pounds and originated in South America. Known as the giant hamster, this large rodent can be very sweet and friendly. They are incredibly social but have special needs. They require water available for them to swim in and an enclosure that allows plenty of room to spread out and get some sunshine. Capybaras are quite social and do better in pairs or groups. They are intelligent and affectionate. 2. Servals. Servals are medium-sized wild cats with tawny, black-spotted coats and long necks and long legs. In the wild, servals are the most successful hunters of all wild cats, making one kill for every 2 attempts to capture prey. Though there are people who keep them as pets, they have a poor quality of life when kept as pets. The serval is a solitary carnivore and active both by day and at night. It preys on rodents, particularly flea rats, small birds, frogs, insects, and reptiles, using its sense of hearing to locate prey. Although it's not extremely vocal, it can make a variety of noises that may concern neighbors, including high-pitched cries, growls, and spitting hisses. 3. Chinchillas. Chinchillas are either of 2 species of crepuscular rodents of the parvorder Caviomorpha. They are slightly larger and more robust than ground squirrels. Chinchilla fur is so dense that it's very difficult for water to penetrate to its skin. To clean themselves, chinchillas bathe in dust, which absorbs dirt and oil from their fur. Chinchillas are nocturnal and are most active at night while being pretty quiet during the day. Chinchillas are playful and active creatures. They are pretty gentle, and the more you handle them, the stronger they will bond with you. However, they don't like to be cuddled and will express their affection in other ways. 4. Wallaroo. The term wallaroo is a mix, or portmanteau, of kangaroo and wallaby. Likewise, a wallaroo is not quite as big as a kangaroo, but not quite as small as a wallaby. This kangaroo-looking marsupial is larger than wallabies but smaller than kangaroos. They bond with their owners, primarily if they are raised from birth. Native to Australia, these shaggy guys are rarely found as pets in other countries, but it's not unheard of. Wallaroos are shy and can take some time to warm up. Early socialization is vital and can take some time. Once they feel welcome, they are friendly, playful, and affectionate. They can be quite mischievous and if not adequately trained, can cause damage to property. Attention and plenty of playtime are essential. 5. Axolotl. The axolotl is actually a salamander which fails to metamorphose into a land animal in its larval stage, instead keeping its gills and remaining aquatic. Axolotls can regrow most of their body parts. Axolotls are a good beginner pet as they're not very hard to care for and they can also do well in a smaller tank, such as a 10-gallon, although larger is better. They live in freshwater and need a good, strong filter as they can be messy. Axolotls can eat frozen, freeze-dried, or fresh bloodworms, shrimp, and even ground beef. These salamander-like pets are not as common but can be easily enjoyed as some of the weirdest pets. They are not the cuddly kind and cannot be interacted with outside of the water. They should not be handled unless necessary, but they are pretty unique and kind of cute. They are also super low maintenance. 6. Kinkajou. The kinkajou is a tropical rainforest mammal of the family Prochionidae related to olingos, Cutest, raccoons, and the ringtail and cacomissal. It is the only member of the genus Podos and is also known as the honey bear. They require an exceptional owner and a lifelong commitment of 20 to 25 years because they will bond with you and don't adapt well to environment changes. They are nocturnal creatures. If raised from birth, they can be quite tame and lovable. They are active and curious, which means they are also mischievous and will get into anything. They will bond with their humans and do not adapt to new owners quickly. 7. PACMAN frog or horned frog. PACMAN frogs are named after the famous video game due to their particularly large mouths. As strictly terrestrial amphibians, they are very poor swimmers. Instead, they spend most of their time in a humid environment among damp leaf litter. PACMAN frogs are not difficult to care for and they make interesting pets. However, for people who like their pets to be active or interactive, the PACMAN frog may not be a good match, as it is not the best pet for handling. These amphibians are docile pets, but their counterparts in the wild have been known to bite if they feel threatened. A Pac-Man frog's appetite matches its size, and it will attempt to eat anything that moves within striking distance of where it sits on the ground. Any kind of prey that walks by is fair game for this hungry frog. 8. DEGU. Degus look like large gerbils but are actually more closely related to chinchillas and guinea pigs. They bond more easily with their owners than hamsters or gerbils due to their intelligence, and occasionally groom their handlers by giving them gentle nibbles. Degus are highly social, and it is recommended that they be housed with more than one individual. They should have sufficient space to meet their exercise needs. Males, however, will fight, so it's best to have degus of the opposite sex together. They can live in the same type of cage as you would get for a ferret or rats and use many of the same accessories and toys. One benefit of owning a degu compared to other pocket pets is that they are not nocturnal and are active during the day when you are more likely to want to interact with them. Degus can nip if they're scared or if they're not acclimated to handling early and often. 9. Hedgehog. A hedgehog is not a rodent, nor are they related to porcupines. They are in a subfamily known as Erinaceinae, originally known as insectivores. Hedgehogs deserve the number 1 spot on this list for being the easiest to care for while being exotic, although the forms you'll find in pet stores are somewhat changed from the wild forms, making them domesticated. Hedgehogs exhibit an annoying behavior when they encounter a new smell, in which they will lick or bite the source of the smell, form a froth with their mouth and distribute the froth on their quills. Hedgehogs are not social, so only one should be housed per enclosure. This makes them pets that are not subject to separation anxiety, and they are fitting for people who travel. They are suitable for those who do not want a long-lived pet since their lifespan is an accommodating 5 to 7 years. Hedgehogs have a simplistic diet that can be composed of a high-grade prepared food and/or fruits and insects. They are common enough that many pet stores sell food for them. Hedgehogs can be somewhat temperamental, but they tame down with the right handling and habituation. 10. Genet. Genets are slender cat-like animals with a long body, a long ringed tail, large ears, a pointed muzzle and partly retractile claws. They are nocturnal, solitary animals, known to be quite agile and quick. They don't get along with other genets but do seem to get along with both dogs and cats, mainly if they have grown up with them. Don't place them with smaller pets, like hamsters or reptiles, because they will become food pretty fast. A genet is not particularly a hands-on type pet. They are aloof and independent. When a genet does decide to climb on you, they often don't have the boundaries that keep their claws from harming their owners. This is why some genet owners carry out the controversial practice of declawing, which I don't consider ethical. 11. Sugar glider. The sugar glider is a marsupial that carries its young in a pouch like a kangaroo. Skin membranes that stretch between its front and rear legs allow it to glide through the air for up to 150 meters. Although they make adorable pets, they are also illegal in many states including Alaska, California, Hawaii, Massachusetts, and New Mexico. Sugar gliders can be easy to keep in that they're small and thrive on companionship, so they can be very affectionate. However, they're also messy and can't be house-trained, and they have 4 scent glands for marking territory. Sugar gliders are small and cute furry creatures. They are quite intelligent and can learn their name and be trained to do small tricks. They do require a lifelong commitment of 10 to 15 years and lots of space and attention. Furthermore, they have a propensity towards chewing everything in their path, so you might want to hide your cables. 12. Fennec fox. The fennec fox is the smallest of all the world's foxes, but its large ears, measuring 6 inches, appear to be on loan from a bigger relative. In the wild, fennec foxes hunt at night and use their large ears to listen for prey burrowing underground, such as insects or rodents. The fennec fox is a canid, meaning they are active predators. So they will need space just like a domesticated dog. If caged, it should be sizable, and they should be allowed out of the cage frequently. Their behavior is more cat-like, in that they are more independent. They can also be noisy and play rambunctiously. Many owners report that non-domesticated foxes have an extremely strong smell, thus only making them suitable for the outdoors. True domesticated foxes do not have an offensive smell, have a tamer personality, and more easily accept humans as companions. These foxes are tiny and when fully grown are about the size of a Chihuahua dog. Fennecs are quite jittery and can easily get scared or startled. Some like to amusingly say they behave as if they've had too much coffee. 13. Bush baby. Galagos, commonly known as bush babies, are nocturnal tree-dwelling primates and are about the size of a squirrel. Their small size make them a tempting pet option. Not to mention they are adorable. They are quite agile and love to leap from tree to tree. Bush babies are quite sweet and have big, but mellow personalities. They love to play and prefer high-placed toys, like swings or hammocks. Although you could adopt a bush baby for yourself, in truth, they do not make the best of pets. They had a habit of crying out during the middle of the night, scratching you with their sharp claws and fangs, as they are hard to tame, and to make matters worse, their urine has a very pungent smell that you won't easily get out of furniture. If you're prepared to deal with all of that, though, then they could be adorable pets. 14. Skunk. Skunks are mammals in the family Mephidae. They are known for their ability to spray a liquid with a strong, unpleasant scent from their anal glands. Most domestic skunks have been bred in captivity, where they've had their scent glands removed at a young age. Some animal advocates have called the practice inhumane, as descented skunks likely wouldn't survive in the wild if they got lost. But those who call this surprisingly playful creature a pet in the 17 states where it's legal know that a very well-fed skunk that gets a lot of attention, affection, and discipline likely won't stray far from home. Quite intelligent, skunks can be stubborn and headstrong. They are, however, friendly, playful, and lovable. They are curious creatures and love to swipe things to soften their bets. 15. Sloth. Actress Kristen Bell went viral in 2012 after she publicly burst into tears upon meeting a two-toed sloth. The internet largely agreed, these tree-dwelling creatures are irresistible. But they're also high-maintenance creatures that are accustomed to wild, tropical habitats that can't always be duplicated by pet owners. Sloths are mammals, but they aren't primates or marsupials, though the groups do share some similarities. Even though sloths are legal to own in several states, the Sloth Conservation Foundation warns not to mistake their slow-moving nature for comfort. Stillness is actually a defense mechanism they've developed to blend in when they feel threatened by predators. And that concludes our video about unusual animals that people keep as pets. We hope you enjoyed learning about these fascinating creatures and their unique characteristics. While these pets may not be for everyone, they certainly provide an interesting glimpse into the wide variety of animals that exist in our world. Remember, as with any pet, it's important to do your research and ensure that you have the proper resources, knowledge, and commitment to care for them properly. Thanks for watching, and be sure to leave a comment below about which of these unusual pets you found the most intriguing.